If your values are to make culture more accessible, that's a realistic value, but that then has to go through all your bid, so any tickets have to be affordable, you have to have different pricing maybe for people who are unemployed, employed, but equal access. So you have to develop a value system. Capitals of culture that are for the elite, that are all about profitability, will not become capital of culture. It will just simply not happen. It is not a commodity. We are at a time, thankfully, in cultural development where it's not just for the elites anymore. It's about democratization of a cultural process.
From 1864 until 1920, the city I come from used to be Germany. Before 1864, it was Danish, and Denmark went all the way down to Hamburg. The northern part of Hamburg, Altona, I don't know if you've ever heard of that part of Hamburg, used to be Danish. So we're actually living right next to our enemies. And so we've been killing each other for years. Until we decided to stop doing it and to start talking together and try to respect each other and tolerate that we are living where we're living and we are different.
For us as a team, one of the main issues was conservatism, that culture was generally run by the same people. The directors of the institutions had been there for a long time, and young people, people under 30, which is not that young, never got a say in decision making. Who makes the decisions in your cities? Who controls the institutions? We were very aware that actually it was generally people in their 50s and generally men.
Being a periphery of Denmark, a lot of young people leave. They finish their education and they're out of there. There are no jobs. And if there is a job for one person, then what about the partner? So they leave and no other young people come back. So we're actually turning into an old people's home.
Our programming principles were going to be very much about collaboration. Make the museum collaborate with community arts. Bring culture into new places. Bring culture onto the streets.
And that realization of unzipping the border was actually a mental change. It's not like a physical change, but it's the way you think about it.
We were quite anxious as a team that we would get young people into decision making and we would try and break some powers. So when you start to disturb power, you enter into quite a difficult process. But you do it because you know it's the right thing to do for the future. There is no point in maintaining the status quo. We were very clear to support projects that would never get funding from the state.
Bidding for a European capital of culture is not a desk job. It's not something that 4 people do sitting around a desk. You really have to get out there and be with your people. You have to build your European capital of culture bottom up.